Welcome. This is the first part of the course, Happy Relationships. This part is called Right Concept of Love. This is a journey towards creating happiness and love in your relationship. It is natural for your mind to have a lot of curiosity around knowing how to make your relationship better, how to resolve the issues, and how to create a love-filled relationship. There are chances that your mind starts doubting whether the problem can be solved or not. Strangely, it is the mind itself who wants to get the issues resolved, and it is the one who doubts. But the truth is that the problem can be solved only through this mind. Many a times, the mind believes that the problems are big and they cannot be solved. And the mind usually looks at some external reason or the other person as the source of the problem, such that if those external reasons go away or your partner makes personal improvements, your relationship will become good. Most people think this way. But nobody has ever benefited by sitting on the shore. You have to act on your life and make it better. So let us start this new journey and turn it all around. For this, the first thing that you need to know is love. Most people think that love is a feeling that exists for someone or between two people. Indeed, it is an intangible feeling, so ambiguity around it is very obvious. Psychology as a science defines love as a variety of different feelings, states, attitudes that range from interpersonal affection, like I love my mother, to pleasure, like I loved that meal. Love is also defined as an emotion of strong attraction and personal attachment. It is also seen as a virtue that represents human kindness, compassion, and affection. This form of love is not only expressed towards other humans, but also to oneself or animals, nature, or anything. You may or may not understand all this so easily, but if you knew a much simpler meaning of love, it would be easier for you. So let us understand what is love in true sense. Love in true sense is an unselfish act done to ensure the good of the other. I repeat, love in true sense is an unselfish act done to ensure the good of the other. This needs to be understood well. The first word used here is unselfish. Unselfish means not centered around self. The next word in the statement is act done, which means that one needs to consciously do something that involves willful effort. And this effort needs to be done effortlessly. Only then it can be called as love. The last but most important part of the statement is done to ensure the good of the other. Now, who is going to decide what is good for the other? Of course, the other. Everybody wants to be loved in the way they expect. This is a very common problem amongst couples. Very few people know that love is perceived as love only by the eyes of the one who is loved. When you love your partner your way, it is like you are gambling. Maybe you win and maybe not. Nobody knows whether your effort is worth or not. Who knows, your partner wanted you to put half of the effort, but because you love more, it becomes a put-off for your partner. And who knows whether your partner wanted something else, and this is why your partner snaps at you for your effort? Also, you need to know what is marriage. Marriage is the union of a man and a woman as husband and wife. The first word in this definition is union, which means one. Only when they become one, they can be called as a united team. In some relationships, a couple becomes united much before the wedding. But in most of the cases, couples do not unite even after many years from the day of the wedding. The statement, marriage is the union of a man and a woman as husband and wife, is really a wonderful statement, as it states the word man and woman. This highlights their being different. How they accept each other's differentness marks the success of the marriage. The words husband and wife refers to the roles that they expect from each other, and they have to unite and play their respective roles as expected by each other. After knowing the definition of love in true sense and marriage, you need to become capable of loving in true sense. For this, you need to inculcate the following components in your personality. These components are integrity, sense of belonging, total ownership, being there forever, loving, seeing through, and asking and receiving. Let us understand these important components for love. First component that you need to build is integrity. Integrity is a personal choice to uphold oneself with consistency. Here, if you intend to have a happy relationship and intend to create a functional marriage, you need to make this personal choice to love your partner, irrespective of anything. Your mind may have obsessions or negative judgments about your partner, which may be based on some negative experiences. But if you have integrity, you need to shut your mind and remain committed to consistently loving your partner. This is the first premise of loving truly. It is rightly said that your partner is the mirror to your personality. This means that if your partner is reacting badly, then maybe at some level you do not exercise your integrity towards your partner. Your mind may rebel as of now, but it is true. Of course, seeing own self in an integrity loss is not easy, but it is possible that you do not operate from the position of integrity. Those who have integrity will listen to their partner and find out what is disturbing their partner. The course ahead will help you gain all the needed skills for this. But it is your responsibility towards your own self to have integrity to love your partner the way he or she wants to be loved. The second component that you need to build is sense of belonging. Sense of belonging is another critical factor that makes a marriage successful. Rather, sense of belonging is a must for any relationship, be it your work, your family, or any other relationship. The word belong comes from along, and along means to be with. So belonging implies to be with. If you are sincerely with your partner, then he or she will sense it. You need to be with your partner emotionally, psychologically, logistically, financially, and practically in all the ways that you can, and also in all the ways that your partner thinks that you can. Here, your mind may rebel and say that my partner has unrealistic expectations. If all this while you have been with your partner in all the other areas except for one thing, then you can ask for help for that thing. In the following part of the course, you will learn how to ask for help. Also, there may be a few things that your partner expected from you, but he or she never shared them with you. And that is why the situation has turned adverse now. For a few moments, think what all things your partner must be expecting from you, and in which all situations you were not there with your partner. The third component that you need to build is total ownership. The word ownership means to own. Owning your partner is about being a guardian of your partner. Your partner is your family now. You have been living as a brother, a sister, a daughter, or a son, and so on. But now you have to play a role of the guardian of this new family, that is, you and your partner. If you do not establish this ownership in your own self, your partner will surely sense it. And this is a reason of conflicts in a relationship. As an individual, everyone likes an independent life. But when you own your partner, then you are always supposed to think in the best interest of your partner. Your parents have always done the same to you. They always had the ownership for you. Also, another example that you can take is of your career. If you are successful in your career today, it is only because you had the ownership of your career and your organization all this while. Similarly, you need to take ownership of your partner and your relationship. And as a result, very soon, a day will come when your partner will also have the ownership for the relationship. The fourth component that you need to build is being there forever. Who would buy a shoe which does not come with an assurance that it will last long? Are relationships not much more serious as compared to a shoe? So if one cannot even buy a shoe that does not last, how can one accept a relationship that will not stay? Everyone needs an assurance that he or she will be loved forever. It is a very basic need even for animals. A baby cub becomes anxious when it is not able to spot his mother. An elephant cries when it gets parted away from its partner. Similarly, all humans want to be loved forever. You need to assure your partner that you will be there forever. And this gets registered in the conscious and subconscious awareness of your partner. When you give this commitment to your own self, then it can be said that you have the right concept of love. The fifth component is loving. Being in love is different from loving. If love is a noun, then loving is a verb. It is about actively doing things for the partner the way he or she expects. You need to be proactive in expressing this gesture of loving. And the real test of love is at the time when your partner is not able to love you back, but still you are loving proactively. Your mind may be doubting whether this is giving in or sacrificing. No, it is not. This is loving. You either love or not. And if you love, you are always loving to your partner irrespective of anything. The best evidence of loving can be seen in nature. The whole nature ensures that it loves all the life form at all the times. Just as similar to a mother who loves her child irrespective of anything. All animal species indulge in loving under all circumstances. Actually, it is that simple. The sixth component that you need to build is seeing through. Seeing through is a conscious task which is done in the situation where your partner is behaving, speaking, or acting in a manner that you do not expect. In that situation, it is normal if your mind becomes judgmental and reactive. But here is the catch. When you get into a normal pattern of judging and reacting, you are unable to see what your partner wanted from you. Your partner expects a particular thing which, when does not happen, makes him or her speak unfavorably. At that point, your partner finds it difficult to convey his or her need in a nice manner. But it is your responsibility towards your own self to see through those words and reactions of your partner so as to understand his or her actual need. If you do so, you will become aware of that need, and thereafter, when you do the needful, everything will turn in your favor. At times, your mind may think that your partner does not value all that you have done for him or her. But it is not true. Your partner notes everything. Maybe your partner does not know how to acknowledge your efforts. But that does not mean that he or she does not know those things about you. You need to have faith in your own self and your partner. It will help you to see through and act in the right direction instead of getting stuck on those words. The seventh component that you need to build is asking. Most people are apprehensive to ask what they want. Rather, they expect their partners to have awareness on how they want to be loved, as if their partner will have some sort of mystical power to know the unsaid. This is a common problem in all the relationships. Nobody can read your mind. Others can only guess, and guesswork has very lesser probability of being correct. You may have a question in your mind that how do my parents and my friends do so many things without my asking from them? The answer is that it took them so many years to know you. And it is only now that they got to know so much about you. But even for this, there must have been so many discussions all this while. Also, there may be certain people who coincidentally do many things that are common with you. Still, this is just a coincidence. Funny part is that even if you would have married any of them, you would need to ask for help for a lot of things from them as well. Loving truly also includes asking for what you need. Some people think that there is no fun if one gets something by asking. This is a very wrong notion. Rather, asking for something on time means that you are loyal to your partner. Of course, you need to ask in a loving manner. The course ahead has a part which describes a step-by-step way that you can use to ask for help. So give a commitment that you will ask for what you need instead of waiting for a lifetime thinking that your partner must know your needs without you mentioning about them. The eighth component that you need to build is receiving. It is very important that you regard the presence of your partner. You need to consciously receive the love action that your partner extends to you. Taking the love for granted is a very common mistake. It is important to observe everything that your partner does for you, instead of focusing on all the things that your partner is not able to do. When you value the love action from your partner's end, you will feel thankful and you will acknowledge it verbally. And this gesture will make all the difference to your partner. Lack of positive acknowledgement is the biggest cause of problems between the couples. When couples do not acknowledge the positive gesture of each other, then they start feeling that all their effort is useless. And this leads to frustration and thereby fights. So commit to yourself that you will receive the good done by your partner unto you. Reward him or her verbally and also in the love action that is expected from your end. Only a good practice of all that you have learned till now will ensure your readiness for the next steps. Wishing the best for you. Be happy, be peaceful, do well and keep growing.